It's Equa Television Africa, and it's today's showing live on Equa Television. My name is Tony J. Nakali. I have Joyce Iakwari and I have Sele Elisha Dashon.
Good morning.
How are you?
Great.
We're looking at a topic that is it's a one-word topic, and it's called challenge. What can we possibly say challenge is?
Okay. Let me go first. I think
so she doesn't say what's on your mind.
Challenge to me is a roadblock that needs physical and your mental strength for you to be able to bring out results.
Needs physical what?
Physical, mental, and even sometimes spiritual strength to overcome and to be able to bring out results. Because most time challenges, I see it as the other side of the topic we saw yesterday, commitment, something that stands on your way for you to be able to see the next way. So that's what I feel challenge is.
Challenge plainly is a call to do something with a target, and at the end of the day, you know, you'll be able to achieve. Simply put, that is it. And it can mean to dare someone to do something. It can mean to dare yourself, you know, to do something. It has all those elements in it.
Okay. Is there a positive challenge and a negative challenge?
Yes.
Fight me. What's the positive? What's the positive challenge? Joyce, what's a negative challenge?
The positive challenge is, can let me use an example. The best way to define positive challenge, it's like she made the comment in her definition, when you challenge yourself to something. And that challenging yourself means something positive, because you can actually challenge yourself to do something evil. But challenging yourself to bring out effective result that is not just about you, but people around you to benefit from it. So I see it in a way of positive challenge, bringing out positive results, because the result will actually tell if it's negative or positive. So that's what I feel a positive challenge is.
For the negative, I would like to use the normal scenarios we see in today's society, where people are challenged to do things that don't even have benefit at the end of the day. You see maybe eating competition. You are challenged to eat a certain amount of food, like quantity of food, and at the end of the day, you see people even dying, you know, from the excess target or what you are set out to do. And maybe there are monies, maybe like you were involved in betting, and there are monies attached that at the end of the day you will achieve from it. That's the benefit now. And if you look at it, it's not positive at all. It doesn't have edited to you, it doesn't have edited to the society at large, and there is no reason to do it at the end of the day. So that's a negative challenge.
Isn't it amazing that what is challenging to you is entertaining to
other people?
Because somebody can just sit down and start laughing at your challenges because he's getting entertainment from it. Maybe the reason why they may be laughing, don't go into this, or don't do this, but you challenge yourself. No, I have heard motivational speakers saying this, so let me challenge myself, and then you hit the brick wall, and then people start laughing. We told her that's the reason why we're laughing. We told her to not do this, but she said she did it before, her friend did it, and she's doing it. She picked it up as a challenge. Now we have also picked it up as a challenge to laugh at you. Why? Because you showed us that there is so much power, there's so much energy that you have to carry this thing out. Like, it's not a big deal, a challenge, you know. So you went into it, and now you have crumbled in it, and then people are laughing at you. And there are situations that are just regular and easy, even though there are also challenges, but there are situations that are extremely demanding on someone. Should you give in, or you should follow through to the end? What should you do when you are faced with a challenging situation?
I feel when you're faced with a challenging situation, you should face it. That's the first thing.
Give us an example.
An example is, let me use my place of work. I have a program for let's say for 2 o'clock today. And then definitely their challenge, I might have a challenge of maybe the network was actually faulty. So possibly I was unable to maybe draft out my script the way I wanted. Even if it's expected, you should have done it earlier before.
You need network to draft a script.
Drafting something.
I'm just hearing for the first time. You need network to draft this. What kind of network?
No, like
network of people or what?
No,
Internet.
Yeah, I think something of having my script together. That's what I mean. So possibly, maybe the challenge will be I'm yet to print out the script, and then, but then I need to present that program for 2 o'clock. So what will I do to make sure that I actually actualize, actually the program comes out to be a success? Definitely there are some roadblocks out on my way, but what am I willing to do on my own side? See that I don't allow those challenges to actually stand on my way of progress, because the main aim for a challenge is, especially when it's positive, is for you to be able to break through at the end of the day. When you see something as a challenge, it's something to actually look, what can I do? What is the solution? Do I actually believe that I can do it? Because it's something, especially when it comes to me challenging myself, it's something to believe that I'm equal to the task, that this thing is not beyond my strength, it's not beyond my power. What can I do to see that I'm able to clear it out of my way? That at the end of the day, people will actually see a positive result and will be impacted at the end of the day. So I feel it's very important that sometimes we progress. So it's important sometimes to actually, face our challenge and see that there's a way out at the end.
I picked a few things from what you said, and people want to be regular. People want to be regular. They want to be at the total abasement of things. See, people don't want to have maybe progress at the back of their minds, or not progress. I think what's the word now? People don't want to be extremely at the forefront of things, right? People don't want to be a force to be reckoned with in broadcasting, a force to be reckoned with in music production, a force to be reckoned with in banking. So you'll be in a bank for 28 years and you are a teller, and you are so comfortable with that, and maybe that's your dream. This guy's pattern of banking within the same structure is different. Now, how have you been able to pattern your growth modalities with what's happening in the world right now? Like, let me have knowledge on my own. Should the internet fail, I shouldn't be trapped. Should the power holding authority don't bring power, I shouldn't be trapped. I should always have a way around things. Why? Because I am very knowledgeable. I think I taught somewhere about content as being something that is stored. It's like it has encroached. Like, you can deliver, not just to say, we called him, he didn't study, but he tried. No. The Bible says that in and out of season, we should be what? We should be prepared. We should be prepared. You should not lack what to give. Where would it come from? Do you know that there are pastors that you invite for an emergency, they tell you they have not prepared? So when somebody dies, have you prepared for the person to die for you to know the sermon to preach? We understand that there are situations that will warrant you preparing. Like, you are giving a conference, you are invited for a conference to come and speak, and the conference is in 3 months' time. You have a long time to prepare. But when something is coming,
Impromptu.
Impromptu. Yeah. When you have an activity that knocks immediately, and we are calling you to preach, no, I can't preach. I can't go and say anything immediately like that, So if the Bible says we should be ready in season and out of season, that means that there are situations that will not give us ample opportunity to prepare. So whatever it is that you do, you have to be extra in it. so that even when you give the list of what you think you have or is stored within you, people can be like, wow, this guy, and you'll be like, oh. Some people will preach for 2 hours. You are pressed, you don't want to leave because you don't want to miss the next thing they are going to say. So how can people challenge themselves to be at the forefront of what they do?
You know, people can do that when they know what is expected and they know what is required. I would like to look at, in this context, I would like to look at challenge in 2 forms. That's the noun and the verb. The noun here is more like me daring myself. I challenge myself to be better in this period of time, or I challenge myself to learn this new skill. When I challenge myself to do that, I should know that it's not going to be easy, because I'm daring myself, going against all odds, going against everything that will work against me, and knowing that I have everything it takes, but I have to develop the craft, or I have to develop myself, you know, to get to that point. Now, looking at challenge in the verb form, I should know that there will be, and if I'm challenging myself and say, okay, I want to excel in this and I have these skills, I should know that there will be roadblocks that I will meet on my way on this journey, and I should be prepared for it. And thank God you talked about content. If I'm in a broadcast industry, I shouldn't be empty all day, every day. Every day should be new. Every day I should be able to learn something, because I've challenged myself to be the best in my own craft. I've challenged myself that if I'm this, I want to be the excellent. Like, I want to be the, let me be known for it, even if not for the fame or the money. I don't want to be average. There are people like that okay, if they're giving this, they want to be the best in it, you know, because they've challenged themselves that this is what they want to do, and they know definitely there are roadblocks, because it's not going to be easy. But when they get there, what will they do? With the skills they've learned, with the knowledge, you know, they are sharpening it every day. When let me wait, then go back and learn on how to overcome it, then come back and maneuver. No, you are always prepared that when things come, even if you've never seen it, they'll be familiar because you've learned on them. Someone has experienced it, or you've heard on it, or you are wildly, you know, knowledgeable about it, that is the first time it's happening to you, but you are familiar on how you can overcome it. This is in us as people now. Let's go deeper in the society. What is happening in Nigeria? We have the problem of the fuel scarcity. If you look deep in it, there is a challenge. And if you look deep in it, we've always dared ourselves or called ourselves giants of Africa. What does that mean? That if we have that name, we should not go back and just sit down on our decks. No, we should work harder. It's more like a competition between us and the African countries, because we are the giants. They won't stop at being nothing. They want to have the name too. Now we have challenges in Nigeria, and the one I picked is the fuel scarcity. If you look at it very critically, import it to the country, and we're now ready to work on our refineries, because these countries are always open. Look at it. What happens if this country shuts down? It will affect us, because now, okay, the announcement is that because of the Russian-Ukraine crisis, there will be delayed importation to Nigeria on fuel. And don't forget that we've been battling fuel scarcity because of the adulterated fuel, and it had to stop, and you know, to check and balance, checkmate what really happened. Now we get our crude oil from there, we get our crude oil, take it, refine it, and bring it back to Nigeria. Just imagine that these countries that are at war decide to shut down. Nigeria will be affected, because we allow the challenges of another country to affect us, because we're not ready to do anything about them in strategic area. We refuse to even recognize that petrol is one of our resources that we have to invest into, to see that, okay, we can refine everything that we need in Nigeria, and distribution will be simple. We are not ready, and that's what we are feeling. And we are just praying to God that, okay, this country will come to terms, agree, or everything will be okay, so that we can have it. They are at war, but we are having a hit here. It is like that in our personal life, because now it shows that we are so dependent on this country. If you look at our personal lives too, there are times that we are so dependent. I can depend solely on seller's knowledge, that I don't even have a problem with building my own, crafting my own, because seller will always be there. If seller that is my colleague decide, okay, she's leaving this organization I am, what will happen to me? My knowledge, my understanding. In short, there are people that you even teach every day that they don't even learn from you because they believe that every day you are there. You know, they have the challenge of maybe, but they have someone that they shield behind her back or his back every day. When this person leaves, yours will be exposed. Every day that this person teaches you, like has been teaching you, you've not learned anything because you always see the person as someone that will always teach. You understand? Okay. But if someone is always teaching me, I think I should pick up. I should challenge myself. No, if today my problem is comprehension, Seme is good with it. She's teaching me. I should be able to move one step, and before a year, I should be able to overcome that challenge. So we've had so many of these big names that are philosophers, that are whatever. They had a problem of comprehension, they had a problem of reading, they had a problem of writing. You'll be surprised. But now they are the ones that are changing history. And we don't really, when you put it, it's just like, it's a challenge. It's just an obstacle.
It starts with, from what you have said, it starts with one arousing a competitive spirit within you. You have to arouse a competitive spirit within you, a positive competitive spirit, not the kind of competition. Wow, that shirt Sela is wearing, I have to get something like that next week. It's not it. It's not it. I watched a video of the richest man in Africa, and he said, the interviewer said, as the richest man in Africa, what do you do? How do you spend your time and all of that? He said, spend his time. He said, it's a distraction. He said it, that it's a distraction. That he's focused on his business, that he doesn't do anything with his life. He's focused on his business. That anything that people are saying, go here, rest, do here. He said he doesn't have a holiday home anywhere in the world. That's Dangote speaking. Bad. But him, they are making money off of him. He doesn't have a holiday home anywhere. He said he has a house in Nigeria, a comfortable place where he can stay, but he doesn't have a holiday home anywhere. Why would you have a holiday home anywhere? It's a holiday home. You only go there when there is a holiday. So that's cost. You don't live there. You only go there, and sometimes holiday for these people is once a year or once in 2 years. And how long is it? 3-4 days. So you maintain a house. What, you know, mostly it's poor people that like spending like they are governor's children. Mostly, go and check it. I have just 2 shoes. No. They start asking people. You become a beggar so that you can impress others. Why can't you just live your life? Just, you know, that's not putting the kind of time that they are putting. Because for you to, you know, work under someone and have a holiday, I'm not saying anything is wrong. He even said it. He said there's nothing wrong with that. He said he doesn't have. But what is a challenge to him? A challenge to him is, right now, like Joyce said, he's the richest man in Africa. Maybe his challenge is to become the richest man in the world. He's conquering territories. Before long, he wants to reach his goal. If you are watching this show, what is your goal? What is your goal? What have you put in your front as a challenge that you need to, like, beyond every obstacle, breakthrough? About
commitments.
And you were talking about you having friends in Abuja, having friends in Jos, you have friends in Kaduna, you have friends in Lagos, and when you start talking, there is a way they all
contribute.
Joyce, how do you expect somebody that is in Jos? Because you made that reference,
yes,
and I want to talk about that. How would you look at somebody that is in a 2-bedroom flat in Jos, paying 300,000 naira, and he has a 70,000 naira job or 80,000? What do you expect of the person? Nothing is challenging the person. That 2-bedroom flat, before you get to Abuja, how much is a 2-bedroom flat? It's from $1 million and above. If you sit down and wait for maybe government is paying you 150 or your job is paying you 150 in a month, and you are living in a 1 million naira house. Now, how many months rent will pay your 1 million? Do you have to eat? Abuja is a place that can frustrate you if you are without a car. You need a car. You need to eat like a regular, the common food that we eat in just for 500 in Abuja is 1,000, 1,500 per meal. So you have to eat at least twice a day. You have to be innovative. You have to tell yourself that, look, they are picked easy. They had challenges. It wasn't easy. They struggled to cut out that breast. They struggled to cut out that tongue. They struggled to plug out this eyes. It was a challenge. Their mind will tell them this is not right, but they are saying, Kai, this money, I must get it. Even if it's ritual. So when people sit down and wait for things to just happen to them, I'm a child of God, I pray, I go to church. Money does not come by praying. Money has never. Money does not come by praying. Money comes by working. In fact, the church is not a place where you'll be prospered. It's not true. To business, if you want to make money. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Okay, because you are looking as if you want to make money, the church is not a place to make money. The church is a place where you come and you get empowered with the word of God. It can teach you how to make money. But the church itself is not a place. You might walk in church and intend that when your pastor is preaching prosperity, telling you there are 8 ways to make this, bring this amount, it will be multiplied at the end of the month. I don't think that is a good system. If you want to work, go look for work. The Bible says work with your own hands. Thessalonians, the Bible says work with your own hands. Always at home, writing ideas. They are pitching ideas every day of their lives, sending it here, sending it there, waiting for one to click. While they do that, they have small things they are doing to sustain them. Before you know it, 50 million, boom, has worked. The person will say, I'm not eating the whole of this money. I'm investing 40 million back. When you start talking with people, they tell you, I want to be like this person. I want to be like this person. I want to be like this person. By virtue of working on TV, people see you. They are like, wow. This time I'm meeting you for the first time. I only see you on TV. I'm meeting you. You are my idol. You are this. You hear all sort of things, and then people tell you. I like when they say that. I tell them thank you. When they say honestly, I want to be like you. I know the reason why they want to be like me is the sum total of what they see on air. They do not understand. They cannot understand. When people say my dream is to be like Donald Trump, sit down with Donald Trump first. When people say my dream is to be like Professor Yemi Oshibajo, sit down and talk with him. I'm not saying he will discourage you, but I'm telling you that I'm saying you should go and sit down with the person to hear how he got to build himself to be that way.
Entire story.
He will tell you there was a time from working overtime. He was in coma. Maybe he fell and collapsed. He was in coma for 2 weeks. Holy Ghost fire. But that's his story. Continued. There are people that are just there wanting to be like other people,
looking for shortcuts,
unwilling to put the efforts that others put.
Forgetting no pain, no gain.
And you know, Joyce, when people want to be like you, it will be easier for them. Why? Because maybe they are younger people than you are, but in your own time there was no internet, there was no this, there was no that, so it was more difficult. So now it is easier, but there are also challenges. I can see that Teslas are allowed in Nigeria now. People have Tesla in Nigeria and all of that. If Tesla agrees to make a car of at least 2.5 million or 3 million naira in Nigeria, who would drive a petrol driven car? It's a challenge to Toyota. It's a challenge to Volkswagen. It's a challenge to all of these automobile companies. You see, you cannot sit down and want to be anything in life by sitting down. No, you can't. It has never worked. Jesus, the Bible said, Jesus, the Bible preaching. In fact, there was a time somebody told Jesus he wants to follow him. He said, hey, Son of Man has no place to lay his head. This is the Messiah that we follow. This is the person that has a power to call the biggest, softest, finest, sweetest bed, and it will appear. He multiplies. I want a bed, but he knows that the comfort of lying on a bed can be so demanding. It can deceive you to maybe even getting too comfortable that your dreams cannot and your goals cannot be met. So people must understand that if you want to put something in front to achieve, there will be challenges. There will be challenges. Have you ever been to a restaurant where like they have to make the food before you eat it? The challenge of waiting is more frustrating than the hunger. Then everything in life has challenges in it.
As someone will say, people want to be like Jesus, but they don't want to follow the Jesus.
Yes.
Because it's difficult, it's hard. You have to live a lot.
Fishy about your riches.
I think the
Haven't you heard that?
Yes.
We don't know his source of income. There are people that are at home, they don't go to work anywhere. They make millions, more than a regional bank manager who is like employing a lot of people. There is a clear-cut difference between hard work and brain work.
And you know,
hard work makes you sweat.
Smart work smart.
Brain work, brain work. This brain work that you see. Continue.
I think Sela wanted to say something. I should just continue.
Just go now. Pick up.
You made the analysis of the example I brought up yesterday, where I compared Jos, Abuja, and all. Most of the excuses when you hear from maybe people from, let me use Jos for example, they will tell you there's no platform, they are these, they are creatives, or they are skilled in this. They limit themselves to their environment, thinking this is the only thing. But this is what they fail to understand. When you move, yes, you'll be broken, but after being broken, there's how you can be fixed. Because you might be a solver to some problems. You can be a solution to some problem that Nigeria is even having as a whole. Now let me tell you another challenge that we have in Nigeria where other people are benefiting. I've come up with how to have electricity, constant electricity, but there are people in positions that are frustrated it because they've invested so much in generators that they import these generators to Nigeria, that if we start having electricity now, it will frustrate their business. You see how someone is benefiting from the challenge that a country is having at a bigger, wider scale, build a solar panel, or let me build one of or two things. But when we look at it as, you know, that's just an obstacle, I will go back to bed. No, it won't be helpful. Where is your market? You have to look at where your market is. Even if it is going out of Nigeria, yes, some people's excuse will be like, are you the one that will pay for me moving out? No, we did not just start. Our parents didn't just, I don't think our parents folded their hands to just say, okay, we have obstacles and all. So there are times that a lot of people inspire me, not because, okay, I look at them as mentors or role models. No, sometimes when I hear stories about people, I try to Google them. I go to see how cutting across Nigeria, you will hear so many of this and you'll be wondering, how did this person start? Is he father's money, or did he have to invest, or what was it that happened? I like to read these stories so that I can challenge myself. Yes, okay, even if someone is not born with a silver spoon, that means the person can do it. Okay, was his father even born with a silver spoon? If you, let's say I am your mother now, I struggle all through, you know, then I have a fantastic business that you are taking over and our names are all there. Then now you're born with the silver spoon, but you are in the same, you know, position or the same business that we're doing. If my excuse is that, okay, Sela was born, if someone's excuse is that Sela was born with a silver spoon, that's why she doesn't have much challenge. What about me that started that business? How was it, you know, how was it? Like people will say that.
One time, sorry Joyce, he said he has always been born in a rich family, that they have always been. But are you saying that he's the only member of the family? Why is his name? Yes, why is his name the only name trending? Do you understand? Why is his name the only name trending? People must know that this thing called riches is personal. There are people, there are families of you see a family of 5, only 3 people in the family are poor, 2 are rich, and they are always giving. And you know, one thing with people who don't have, they always fight those who have, because he has money. Because I made a post recently, and yesterday someone was on phone with me, and I'm sure she's watched. They only remember you when they have needs. And then she called me to say, why would I post that tables can turn, blah blah blah. I said, yes, table can turn. If a table will turn for me, it will turn for better. And I told her, I said, I don't wait for people to tell me I'm a good person. I tell myself, because I know I am. I brag about it. It's not, you can't stop me. If I brag about the wrong things, it's fine. The Bible says if you boast in the Lord. So I can tell you categorically, when people start telling you, when people start tagging you bad names, they don't know you. I think one time we were in a meeting and you said whatever people say about you, that's their reflection of who you are. You're right, but of who they are, but not like really a description of who you are. Joyce, there are people that will never, some people don't even your affairs. You are always not available. You tell them, you people have this decoder that you can watch Equa TV. Well, we will watch. They don't care. They don't want. But when they have needs, they rush to you.
Very true.
How much does it cost to install a decoder to watch Equa television? Less than 15,000 naira for people that are truly your friends. It doesn't stop them. Do you know that even some Equa television staff, they don't have Equa TV in their house? But you work here. You believe, or some people work in, but you work there. Channels pays you. All of these things, you don't see that as something that should be challenging. You are just regular. My mind is not there. I'm there for the money. So people only remember you when they have needs. People have an opportunity to, and they are aware these things are happening to you. Let them have needs. They will remember that they have a friend. They will call you and ask you. I said, look, when somebody doesn't call me at all, it doesn't stop me from helping the person when the person is in need. I now asked her, I said, the beggar that I'm driving, he said, people who say they are your friends, people who are always in your space trying to know what is happening to you, they don't care. The only time you are important to them is when they have a need. I think we have long comments. We have Lucy John Kaga. She said, my people, more grace. Our person, more grace. Lucy, we love you. Thank you for watching live on Facebook and for making your comments. We have Manasseh Shedrack. Good morning, Equa TV. I think he has a question. My question is that when one is confronted that he or she is not providing the needs in a family as it is expected, could that be termed challenge? And if it is, what kind of challenge could that be? Could it be positive or negative? Scroll up to the next channel. The next comment? Why we answer this question? My brother, if you are expected to provide in a family, maybe as, I don't know, maybe as a husband or as a son, you should start helping your parents. You should start helping at home. You should not put your name on the orange juice, put your name on the sugar pack and all of that, and you are like, the bread is finished. You are 23 years old. The bread is finished. Who ate the last one? This Ladidi should not share bread with people. Every now and then you are fighting. How much respond? There's a crack on the wall, you are looking for somebody to fix it. The house is in a mess, you are bringing someone to renovate. You are calling somebody, paying money to fumigate. You are just doing everything at home. No decision will be taken. That bread, before they untie the tie wrap, Bishop, be considered as hate speech. I read that, and it's true. Work hard to make, sir. This question is a negative. When you don't contribute at home, is a negative challenge. It's not right. It is expected of you to contribute. Now there are people who will say, I'm in secondary school, what are they expecting me to bring? Think about it, sir. If you are that places wherever you live, people gather there in the morning, masons and all of that, laborers, they wait for people to come and pick them for jobs. Sometimes when you get there, all of them have been picked. There was a time I was looking for laborers. I couldn't find for 3 days. They all were busy. But you see, you are putting a price tag on yourself, and the price tag is, there's nothing in putting a self-worth on yourself. But when you put a price tag on yourself as if you are ShopRite, there are 5-star shopping centers and there are starless shopping centers. Then you put a 5-star shopping center on your head where you are supposed to be starless. The people that have 5-star, they rose through the ranks. They didn't just wake up as 5. They rose through the ranks. Here you are waking up, and you start asking, how many akara did they give you? 6. My own is 4. What happened? And then you start seeing it. You use akara to see the hatred as they have removed you as from being a member of the people. Don't know, when God was creating the earth, he knew the number of people that will live on earth, so he put times a zillion of wealth on earth for the people that will live on earth, to feed on it. I saw somebody online, he dug a precious stone that was from his knee to his chest. The other people that are buying from them, they were just looking at this guy. I think somebody did the video and posted it. The guy was crying. The guy is made forever. From his knee, a precious stone. It was carved already. He buried everything on earth for us to dig and look for our own. Broadcasting job is buried. You have to dig and look for your own. Automobile engineering is buried. When you go to school and learn, it doesn't mean that you are digging. It's when you have left school that you have graduated. We sit down because we have studied. We're expecting everything to come, to an extent that when something is given to somebody else, we start fighting that it should have come to us. It's not easy. You have to go and look for it. Yours is somewhere. You have to look for it. Everybody that you see, they help us now. A lot of people, I almost call them stupid idiots. A lot of people, ASU strike is on. You won't go home. You are still in the hostel. Your children know. I have given birth to a child that is 400 level. I didn't know. See, ASU, school is on strike. Come home.
Do something. Look for something.
Come home. Come home. What are you doing in school? If you are a boy, what are you doing in school? It's not a hostel. You are renting it.
She's not challenged to come back home.
She's challenged to stay there and do the things that she's big and bad enough to do.
Like a creative, doing everything, he was excelling in his craft. Then at some point he made, a friend I have, at some point he made a decision to, relocate. Then after relocating, it's as if he didn't put the obstacles in line. Like, okay, this I think, and when you relocate is a challenging process of your life, because these people are not used to what you've been doing, or they are not even ready to offer, or you can't even offer that skill, because of the environment, and you are challenging. No, I told him, I was like, do you know what your challenge is? You refuse to see beyond your stardom. You refuse to see basis to keep you. Do you think we have people that maybe are musicians, or people that, I remember in his 100 till he graduated, he used to buy stones from these women that break stones in sack. Then he put them inside. Then he sells them. Like, there are times that he can even get some stones inside, different types, and he sells, and all these things. But now it's as if we are just laid back.
We are ashamed of certain kinds of jobs. See, the dirty job does not give dirty notes. You see, there are people, have you seen Dangote in sight? I saw him. Cement was pouring over him. Madam, this man doesn't care that he's rich. He wants to be richer. And then he's going about it. But you see, we have especially young people. Our parents survived through the depression to make us race. Then we have Godwin Shunon Bulus. Can you scroll that up? Greetings to you all. Seriously, it is easy to look at the challenge we face as if they come from evil forces, as they often do. Sometimes we are simply being modeled by God in one way or another. Here we see great difficulty. Imagine the struggles of your day as an exercise which will strengthen your faith, and you just might find the strength to push through. Kai, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. Thank you, Shunom. We have Emmanuel Age. Thank you always for this good show. Watching live from Ghana. Emmanuel is challenges should boost him to move for the next level, become someone better. This is what we have been talking about on the show. Push you to become someone better, not where you are. Where you are should not be a comfort zone. See, when you start picking on people you want to be like, and you watch them for a now, if you have not grown, you are watching the wrong person.
Change, and it's permitted.
I was in the middle of reading something. Shout out to the 2 black people with yellow shirts and the one with white, and the other one, and the other white person with the white shirt. Peace out. Joyce, read that. You are closer to the screen. I think Linda should find a way of making these comments for us bigger. Joyce, read that.
Shout out to the 2 black people with yellow shirts and the other white person.
That's all the comments we have. She's not on the show, but she's answering loud. Yes, sir. She wants us to feature her by fire, by force.
I'm surprised you didn't say Granny.
Yeah?
I'm surprised you didn't say Granny.
No, I will say that we're on live TV. I've never said that on a live show. Okay, we have, let me take your closing encouragement. Are you selling this tape? Let me buy it. Let me buy it. Like, I go back home and watch the recording. Sometimes I go back home and watch the repeat on TV. Because now I'm talking to people during the day. At night, I watch the repeat to talk to me back. And I follow keenly. I have notes from what you have said on today's life. Because it challenges me to do better. We jumped on it, and we are doing it, and we are doing it well. We are far better than a lot of TV stations. We shouldn't be saying this on TV, but if you don't praise yourself, nobody will praise you. Ekwa Television is rated the best. You know more, will be 5-star. 4.9. We are doing well. We should clap. If you are not clapping, you are enemy of Ekwa TV. And that is a challenge for you, you know, but we thank God for how God is using us to speak to people. If this is the people, the number of people that we are reaching out to and making impact to, just 3, 4, 5, I think it's worth it. Very true. Imagine without today's life, these people will not hear what it is, whatever it is. There are so many platforms, but to hear the exact same thing that we're saying would have been deprived of them. But we thank God for the grace and the opportunity. This show is an encouragement. I want you to encourage somebody, you know, about challenges. Then we round off.
This is what I will have to say briefly. You as a human being, you as an individual, you have to expand your knowledge. Expand your knowledge in knowing what to mean. Before this show, my colleagues were talking about someone, a presidential aspirant. Why is he coming? Why does he want to be president? And I was like, maybe that's his challenge. Maybe he has challenged himself that he must be the president of Nigeria before, you know, even if it is just for a day, even if it is just for a month, even if no matter what. And they're like, but he has money. I was like, no, it's a business, it's an investment. You need to understand people's psyche, but you learn from it. If you want to be great, you will learn. You learn from the rich people. I even brought up the example of rich people, you know, wanting to be rich more, and maybe they will have their own reason. Even if you don't support it, learn from it. It's like learning from the ants, how they pick up food, you know, in the chain, and they take it to wherever it is. There is a challenge. They've challenged being little. You will learn a lot from the ants.
Yes, and I'll pick up from what Joyce said. For you to progress in life, you would definitely meet challenge. Without challenge, you definitely meet setbacks, failures, loss, but then do not remain there. It's for you to move forward and become better. Be disciplined and humble to learn from other people. If you envy anybody or you admire anybody that is wealthy, pick up a pen and note down the setback that person went through. That should be your own stepping stone to progress. So whatever the issue is in life, no matter the challenge you face in life, you are more than conquerors, because you can overcome everything that comes your way.
Wonderful. I don't need to say anything, but we have 2 more comments that I should take. Manasseh Shadrach, that's a fire emoji, and then the other one, I can't see it from here. What is it? It's a clap. Okay, wonderful. How many claps? Just count it. Okay, thank you very much, Manasseh Shadrach. We have Godia Shatima there. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up, and more grace. You have to, if life does not present, which of course life will present to you challenging situations, but if life not present or doesn't present, if life doesn't present a challenging situation for you, look for challenging situations, overcome them, and then the breakthrough is right after that challenge, after you have overcome. It's been today's live on Equa Television Africa. We looked at the word challenge, and I'm sure we did great to the topic. Tomorrow we shall come back with another interesting topic for you to learn from, and also join the show. Equa Television is on TikTok. We have Viskit account. We have so many videos on our TikTok that you can watch and bless yourself with. Remember, like I would always say, use your data to invest on your soul.